As with many other programming languages, ABAP gives you the functionality to interrogate and manipulate the data held within character strings. And here we're going to go through some of the popular statements that ABAP provides to carrying out these functions. So here's what we're going to look at. We're going to look at concatenating strings together, condensing, finding the length of a specific string, replacing characters within a string, searching for specific characters, using the shift statement to move the contents of a field left and right, splitting character strings and using the subfield functions to access specific characters within a string. So let's first of all take a look at concatenating strings together. And the first thing I'm going to do, just so our program doesn't fail, is just turn this group of statements into comments. Let's tidy the code up a little bit as well. We don't need these things up here. The concatenate statement allows us to join two character strings together to form a third string. And it's fairly easy to understand. And we start off by using the word concatenate. And then it goes in the form of field 1, field 2, and we can carry on with field 3, field 4, field 5, etc. And then we choose a destination that we want the output string to go to. So then we can have destination 1. We can also add in an additional term called separated by to allow us to insert a specific value in between each field into our destination field. So it would be would help if I could spell. There we go. And then we would have a separator field. Now some things to note is if the destination field is shorter than the overall length of the input fields, the character string will be truncated to the length of the destination field. So make sure when using the concatenate statement, you are using string data types, which as we have already discussed, can hold more than 65,000 characters. So let's have a look at a specific example of some ABAP code using the concatenate statements. So you can see I've added some code and I've commented out the definition that we created just a moment ago. We'll go through the code line by line so you know exactly what's going on. So the first statement we've got is the data statement. And because we're declaring 5 fields altogether, I'm chaining the data statement together so we don't have to keep writing the word data out multiple times. So the first field is title. We're declaring a length of 15 characters. It is of data type C with a value of Mr. And we have surname, 40 characters long, and the surname will be Smith. And we have forename, 40 characters again, first name of Joe, and then we declare a separator field here. I've just called it SEP, and you'll notice I haven't declared a length, and I haven't declared a value or a type. So this will take on the actual defaults that the system uses, which is a character string with a length of 1 character. And the last field is destination. And I've just declared it 200 characters long and of data type C. So now we get onto the code. And the first thing I'm going to do, just so you get into the habit of this yourselves, is bring up the ABAP help for the concatenate statement. So here we can see the actual syntax used, and as we declared earlier in the definition just up here, we do concatenate F1 to whatever number of fields we want to concatenate into G. And you can see the separated by is an additional option that we can use with this statement if we want to. So I'll close it down. So the first line of code we've got, we're concatenating title, surname and forename into the field destination. Then we're going to write out the results of destination with an underline underneath. So I'll do a check and we'll test the program out. And there we can see Mr. Smith Joe with the underline. So you notice a couple of things here. All the characters have been concatenated together, so we've got no space, and it's left aligned the result, and that's because we define the result as a character field. If we'd have used a data type of n for number, everything would have been right aligned. So we'll step back. Now to tidy this up, we can use the separated by addition. So in this case, we'll add in a blank space between each field when it gets populated into destination. So I have an example of that below. Here we go. So you can see the same statement, but we've got the additional separated by SEP at the end. Then we'll write out destination again and underline it. Do a check, then a test. Now we can see it's inserted the blank separator between our three fields.